want to speak today on indulgence, and I consider myself a very indulgent person. And so right now I've got the air conditioner on, pretty cold. It's not hot in Vegas at all. I'm accustomed to air conditioning. I don't like to sweat, etc. But when I was having breakfast this morning, I got this pastry of sorts, and it was at an amazing bakery in Las Vegas in Caesar's Palace. And one of my faults, if you will, one of my shortcomings is that I just do not have control when it comes to sweets and confections, pastries, cakes, cookies, etc. Now, I bought something today that probably had a portion control of, I don't know, it's probably 6 servings as, a caloric individual piece of confection. So, less than $20, and it's sold as, a one piece, probably has the calories provided for about 6 servings. Very dense in calories, but very, very good. So as I was eating this, I cut off about a 2-inch portion, which filled me up. And I was thinking back to the day when I realized that humanity was so extremely selfish, every one of us, and that selfishness should be avoided. And I don't know if it builds character. I don't know if, someone who's indulgent is less moral or less, generous or giving than anybody else. But does it, will it increase our character if we withhold on indulgence? Now, the fact that this pastry that I had for breakfast, contained enough calories for 6 people, if you will. It was, laden with nuts and maple syrup. I did take a small portion, and I didn't want to get overstuffed because I have a foodie tour today. But one of my most long-term problems in life is indulging in food. No matter what I do, I seem to overeat. And I really sometimes cannot control myself. If given something very good, like chocolate, for instance, I will eat the whole thing. And, my appetite is strong. I can't really control that. It is genetic. But the food that I've eaten in my life has caused me great amounts of distress, gastrointestinal problems, a lifetime of problems. And, I certainly could lose 20, 30 pounds. I mean, I've never been as thin as I want. Of course, most people aren't. But would it have benefited me all these years if I had withheld, if I had taken that 1 or 2 inch portion of the pastry, instead of eating the whole thing? Now, I know it would have benefited me physically. I had managed to stave off heart disease, but that's, mostly genetic. I don't have cholesterol problems, but I had many, many other problems related to overeating. And so, overeating is never a good thing. It is never productive. It's never healthy to overeat. I guess unless you eat raw spinach. But what I have done with my leftover food over the years is to take boxes of it and scatter it for the birds or, the wild animals, whatever. That's one way of my sacrificing my indulgence and, increasing my selfishness. I wish I had more restraint, but I simply don't. And it's probably something I should really, really work on, not just for my health and mental health, but just to do something entirely different than I never have done all my life. Now, you can eat smaller portions, and it's going to it's going to aid the environment. It's going to lessen work that farmers, have to do on the fields to make food for the rest of us to buy to eat. If you eat meat and dairy, eggs, of course, that's exploitive to the animal industry. And if you withhold eating those, or at least reduce your animal product consumption, you are going to help animals and the environment even greater. But just by eating smaller portions, it makes us less selfish. And selfishness is very, very difficult to overcome. So, as you can see, I've been doing this video and pouring a lavish tub of hot water, and I like it really, really hot. I like the air really cold and the water really hot. So I'm lucky that my hotel had a bathtub, and it's very, very large. Now, this is a luxury. I know that there are some countries that do not have fresh water, that do not have, indoor plumbing and lavish bathtubs. And I know that I am blessed. I am blessed to be an American. And that is one of the lucky aspects of my life, and maybe your life too. And luck is something that, some of us have in various aspects. I'm certainly very unlucky in many other aspects. But luck is a major part of life. I'm going to post some screenshots of a famous skier, and she is holding probably the most exceptional contracts from her endorsements, and she's like just has global appeal. She makes about $23 million a year on endorsements. Now, folks, a lot of that's talent and energy and drive and motivation, but a lot of it, probably most of it, is luck. And so very, very few of us draw that lucky card. I think overall that I drew the short straw of life. Not by being an American, but by many other reasons. Some of the reasons I've never, ever disclosed. And one of my greatest fantasies, wishes, hopes, goals, dreams in life will never come to fruition. It is impossible. It is physically, mentally impossible. It is biologically impossible. It is not a dream that most people have. I'm not going to go into it. I've mentioned it, in a kind of a vague way before on videos, but I've never really, exposed my ultimate goal. And this goal or this dream, the fantasy, is rather superficial. And nobody would understand this dream unless you come from my perspective and come from my family, my origin, my parents. So, you know, I will die on this planet not ever having a taste of what I really, really want. I mean, well, there was a brief period where I did get a taste of this, but it was very, very brief. And it is not available to me. Just like your dreams, your hopes, your fantasies, your aspirations, they may not be available to you. So, in concluding, I just want to say that by not reproducing, you have spared someone a great amount of harm. And you have spared them a lot of regret over the dreams and goals that they will never be able to accomplish. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to go step into this hot bathtub, this soapy, nice, warm bathtub, because I'm freezing. I'm naked, and I have the air conditioning up, really, really low. So think about what I just said and give me your thoughts on humans and selfishness. Because, yes, I'm a very selfish person. I'm very indulgent. Yet, I'm also very generous and kind. So, hopefully the trade-off and the balance has given me some bonus stars in life. So, take care, everybody.